Felicia from Felicia by the Seasons. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. In today's video, I am going to be continuing my Christmas series, Cozy Christmas at Home. And in this video, I am going to be decorating my farmhouse style lantern for Christmas. So stay tuned. Now I am showing you the lantern that I am going to be decorating today. It is a farmhouse style lantern. It came with this battery operated candle already installed in the center. It is made out of metal, which reminds me of a tin roof. And I like these air holes that are on top because I can use that to attach my bow or whatever garnishment that I want to put on this particular lantern. And let's take a look at my supply list. Now I have my Christmas ornaments here. I have a mixture of red, gold, and white with different textures. I also have these larger white ornaments, and I also have these metal ornaments as well. I also have some ribbon here. These are my choices that I have selected to decorate with, and I also have some of this white ribbon that I used in a previous decorating project. And I have some candle rings right here because I will be using those in a later project. And I also have my toy soldiers. I do think I am going to add them to this particular lantern to give it a particular look. Those are my pipe cleaners that I usually use to make my bows with. I also have some foam scatter here, and of course you will need some scissors and my floor wire. So that is my supply list. So let's get started with this project. Now what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and cutting my strips of ribbon. So what I simply do is I'm going to take this ribbon, and I have my cutting mat right here, and I'm just going to place my ribbon down flat, and I'm measuring my ribbon here, and I'm going to go ahead and measure this out to about 24 inches, and I'm going to do each strip 24 inches, and I'm going to just go ahead and cut this. Okay, and once I cut it, I'm going to make about 6 in this color, or I might make 12. So stay tuned. So now I have cut all my ribbon into 24-inch strips. And I use my spare piece because I'm going to add that. I had enough to use 2 of these. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold them just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and ducktail these. And I like to ducktail my ribbon because it gives it a more refined look. And voila, there's your ducktail. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same. I'm just going to fold it in half. Just take my ribbon, fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it again, just like that. And then I'm going to come across at an angle, and I'm going to cut in. My scissors are not that sharp, and that is my little ducktail there. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these just like that, and ducktail all these ribbons, and then I'm going to start putting the ribbon together so we can have it to install on the lantern. So I'm just going right across here, straight across at an angle, and I'm going to do it again. I'm putting 2 pieces together this time. And I'm going to come across at an angle like this. And my scissors are not that sharp, I'm seeing there, right there. So I'm going to do this end as well. If I can get it to get together, fold it in half. Okay, and I'm just going to go across at an angle and cut it, and there's my ducktail. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these ribbons, and I'll be right back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our strips and we're going to put them together. So I'm going to go ahead and take my strip. Let me move that out of the way. And I have my pipe cleaner here. And I'm just going to take this strip, as you can see, and I'm going to fold it in half. Just like that. All right, do you see that? And I'm just going to take my next strip and I'm just going to continue to do the same process. I'm just going to fold it in half. And I'm going to keep piling them on until I get all 12 in place. So that's all I'm doing is taking them, folding them in half, stacking them on each other. So right now I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to take the next one, make sure I got it on the right side. Let's see. That's important too. Make sure your ribbon is on the right side. And also to make a wreath that I found in my experience of making wreaths, making ribbons. Get the wire ribbon because that works better. It's more flexible and more bendable. Now I have used the ribbon that is not wired and was able to make my bow, but I still had a rough time trying to get it to be flexible in doing what I needed it to do. So, but I have found that the wire ribbon works best. So what I'm doing is, I'm going to go back and count these. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I need 4 more. This will make 9. Now I need 3 more. Okay, just going to fold them like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably could stop at 10, but I like my bows to be big and fluffy. So I'm going to do a 12 loop bow. Okay. So now that I have them all bended, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split them up. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that was on the wrong side. See, the glitter side needs to show. So let me go ahead and refix that. Glad I caught that. So I'm going to put 6 together. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. And we're going to put these 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I've done is I've taken my set of ribbon and I've done 2 piles here. I have 6 in this pile going in this direction with the folded end going in this direction, and in this pile here I have the folded end going in the opposite direction. So I have my 6 ribbons right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my ribbons. Now I'm going to go down here. Let me see, can I move this up and you can see me? Is I'm just going to measure this out to 6 inches. That's going to let me know where I need to scrunch up my ribbon and where I'm going to put the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and take this pipe cleaner and I'm going to insert it in half like this. Okay, and so I'm just going to start adding in my ribbon. So I'm just going to start pinching this ribbon, I'm going to add my next piece here. And I'm just going to pinch it each time right there with my 6 inches. Make sure it's 6. And that's where I'm going to do all my ribbon. And I'm going to do it one by one. Make sure that it's 6 inches. And I'm just going to pinch it all the way through. And see, I'm holding that in place. Make sure this is 6 inches. I'm just measuring it right quick. Sometimes I can eyeball this, and other times I don't quite get it. I'm a little off. But I want to keep them all at 6 inches. And this is my scrunchie, not my scrunchie, but my pipe cleaner right here. And I'm just inserting them in. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first set. And I'm pinching them at that little 6-inch mark. Hope you can see that. And I'm just squeezing it in. Now it's a lot trying to hold 12 of these bows in place. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing the first side, and I'm just going to kind of take my little pipe cleaner and twist it. So it'll give me time to get the other side done. So I'm going to be right back. So stay tuned. So now I have all 12 of my ribbons joined together, and I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and twist it. What I like to do is fold them down like this so I can really get a good grip with my pipe cleaner, and then I'm just going to twist it, make sure it's tight, twist it around. I hope you can see this. And so now that I have it twisted, okay, all my ribbons is there. Now this is the part, the fun part, you get to fluff it out. So I'm going to start fluffing this out, and I'm just going to take each loop and just fluff them out. So just like you do your Christmas trees and your wreaths and garland, you want to do your bows basically the same way. You're going to have to pull each of these loops up to give that look. Now, don't be afraid when the bow starts looking like this, because it's going to look ugly before it gets pretty. So don't be afraid about that. Just go ahead and fluff up your loops, and it's going to be just fine. You're going to take your tails, pull those out as well, and go ahead and fluff them up. So I'm just taking one, and I like this ribbon because it is real flexible. It's not a rough texture type ribbon. This one here is has a different texture, but it's pliable. I can work with it. So now I'm just fluffing everything. And we're going to get those tails and get those sorted through. Okay, and we're just going to pull those up and get those looking good as well. And we're just pulling everything out to make this bow. And just take your time and just get everything done. And we're going to make sure we get all our bows and fluff them. So you're going to pull them. Now this ribbon right here, I got this from Hobby Lobby. I probably shared this I think I shared this in a previous haul, but just in case you haven't seen the video, I'm just go ahead and tell you that I got it from Hobby Lobby. And I made a mistake, you guys. What I did, I saw it and walked away from it because I hadn't quite settled on my colors for Christmas yet. And I said, I don't know whether I want to use that or not. I think I'm going to use what I already have. And, you know, you change over the season. I mean, let's face it. You know, you have to wait all year just about to get your Christmas stuff out. Unless you put up your stuff in October. For the most part, if you're doing your Christmas stuff after Thanksgiving, your Christmas stuff is going to be in storage for what, 11 months out of a year? And that's a long time. So your style change, your color palette change. So that's what we call building your collection. Because I didn't use this color last year as much. I used more of my solid reds. I think I did a little white and black checkered, but not the buffalo style. I think it was a diamond pattern. So it's amazing how you say, oh, I got everything that I need. I won't buy nothing else. But your taste change. You get motivated by different things. You see different things. And so your style change and your taste change. Now this is looking very good. I don't know how it's coming off on this video, but this is looking good. So I'm just going to continue to fluff each of these loops, and then we will be back shortly. Okay, so stay tuned, you guys. Okay, you guys, now we have finished decorating, well, putting together this bow, and everything has been fluffed, so it's ready to go. So now we're going to work on the base of this lantern. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to get started. I have some greenery here that I might just use at the base. And of course, I have my ornaments here that I'm planning on using. And also, I'm going to add in my little nutcrackers here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. I'm going to install a nutcracker on each corner of this lantern because I want to give the base of this lantern a little more personality because we have that fabulous bow going on. So I want to give it some personality. So let me move that out of your way. And I will give you a close-up look of what I'm doing. So let me turn this just a little bit so you can get a better view. And I'm just going to slide this over, and maybe you can also see it a little bit better. Okay, so I have put in my little nutcrackers, one on each side here. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to take my greenery, and I'm just going to drop some of these in here. Now, it's good to save some of your clippings like this, because you never know when the next project is going to come up. So just imagine if I had thrown away these nice, beautiful pieces, I wouldn't have them to decorate with. So I'm just going to put those in there. No rhyme or reason of how I'm putting them in there. And it kind of decorates the battery candle in there. So I'm just going to add that in. Place it around loosely. I'm going to put some in the back, just a little bit in the back. And I think that's good enough right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start dropping in some of my ornaments. Let me see, can I add another little piece on this side? And we're going to turn that a little bit different. Okay. And so I have different sizes of red ornaments with different textures. So I'm going to go ahead and do red and white, I think. So I'm just going to drop those in there, no rhyme or reason of why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'm just adding them in, and that's how we're going to do it. And I'm just going to put one there, and I'm going to drop one. Oh, these are too big right there. I can't even use those. Bummer. So I only have one little red one. Wow, in that size? I might have to use some of my foam filler. I think I'm going to stick with, let me add a little gold in there, see what that does. Okay, that'll work. Okay, we have a little gold one there. And unfortunately, that is the only small red ball that I have. Isn't that interesting? So let me see, can I find another small red ornament here? Because these will not fit. And we'll be right back. All right, I could not find any more red ornaments that size. This particular size ornament here will not fit this lantern because of the battery operated candle. There's not enough space for it to slide down into. So I'm going to use some of my foam filler, and I'm going to use some of the red out of this. And this is going to have to suffice. So we're going to put some Santa Claus boots in there, and we're just going to let that work. And I've got some little snowflakes. I'm going to add some of those in there. And this is what we're going to use to decorate. And we don't need a lot because we already got enough going on in there as it is. So I think that works just fine. That gives me what I need. So I'm just going to give a little adjustment here. Just like that. And this, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. So make sure this is locked. And I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to go ahead and install that. So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, and I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to feed this. I want to put it up there like that, I think. So I'm going to run my little pipe cleaner in here and put it in on each side. And I'm going to have to reopen this. I don't know whether I want it that way or not. Okay, we'll be back, you guys. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, this is the final result. And this is what my lantern looks like, all decorated for Christmas. So I'm just going to come in and give you a closer look so you can see what we added to the base of this particular lantern here. You see the toy soldiers there, and the greenery, the ornaments. I add a little snowflake, Santa Claus red boots because I couldn't find any smaller ball ornaments. I also added in just a little touch of greenery at the tip of this bow. I didn't want to take away from my bow because it is fabulous on its own, but I thought a little greenery would give it a better accent. So I'm just taking you around so you can kind of see what the back side looks like. That is symmetrical all around. And that is what she looks like, you guys. I am satisfied with this, and I will be using this lantern in an upcoming Decorate With Me video where I'm going to be in my kitchen, and I am going to be creating a vignette on top of my refrigerator. Yes, on top of my refrigerator. I like to decorate up there. It's a lot of real estate, and it just takes my kitchen to another level. So stay tuned for that upcoming video. And I just want to thank you all for tuning in today. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Kindly share and subscribe to this channel, because my one Christmas wish from YouTube by December the 31st is I want to have 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, happy decorating.